Do or die already. The Giants were back on the practice field today as they look to get off the schneid against the Panthers. Much has been made about the fact that Big Blue started off 0-2 back in 2007, and whether or not this team has the capability to go on a similar Super Bowl run. So, Ralph, it starts Sunday on the road in Carolina. Is this, we'll use that term, a must-win?
In other words, speaking of dead teams.
Yes, exactly. Another team will be chilling for a month.
I mean, the numbers will say, yes, there have been, since 1990, 3 teams that started 0-3 and made it to the playoffs. So if the Giants are going to be 0-3, chances are this season is over. So it's absolutely a must-win. It's the same for the Carolina Panthers. I think that they have a good chance of winning this game, but the reality is they've earned 0-2 this year, a lot more than they earned it back in 2007. That team had some star power and was clearly underachieving. This team is a little thinner than that one, so I don't know that a turnaround's a guarantee.
I think that's a great point. When you hear these things like, oh, we started 0-2 this year and we won the Super Bowl, it just, you talk about fool's gold. That seems to me like an empty cliche that comes out of a locker room because obviously, like you say, Ralph, circumstances are different from one year to the next, and when you're talking about several years apart, they're even more different. So I don't see an equivalency there at all. And they look so weak the first 2 weeks. I mean, even if they win this game, are you really buying them is my question. I mean,
the only reason to buy them is the quarterback. I mean, I still think Eli Manning is a good enough quarterback to drag them to the playoffs. But, you're not looking at a 10-11 win team. You're not looking at a team with a great pass rush. Really, other than Eli Manning and the wide receivers, there's not a lot where you can look at and say, wow, this is one of the league's best.
Yeah, I don't know if Eli is. I mean, I think Eli needs that support cast around him. I don't think Eli is Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's Tom Brady. I don't think he's that level of quarterback. He doesn't have the offensive line play. They don't have the ground game. There is no pass rush, and he's turned the ball over 7 times. He's thrown 7 picks in the first 2 games. He's thrown 63 interceptions since 2010. That is a major issue where they have a lot of things to resolve as they head down to Carolina to take on a Panther team that at least you could say Ron Rivera's team has battled the first 2 weeks.
We can all sit here and say must win, must win, must win. Coaches hate to say that phrase because there's still 13 games left. You know Tom Coughlin very well. In those meeting rooms, do you think he's saying must win or anything close to that?
Well, I think he is. I don't think he wants them to think that if they lose, their season is over, but I think he is stressing to them the urgency of the situation. And, his deal has always been, this is our next game. We have to win it. This is the only thing I want you to focus on. So I don't think anything changes for him.
He'll leave it to us to say if they lose their season's over.
And we're happy to take that.
And we're happy to do it.